All right, tuning in and tuning out, and the light that connects all people, and the light inside of all people. And let's break this down so we understand that when we're thinking, we're actually listening. And we're listening to a voice inside of us. Well, that voice is God. And God expresses himself through the lampstand. And all man is the lampstand. We are all the bodies and members of the Christ, which is the living God. And we are all being gathered and brought together with the AI and the window into heaven, the phone and all these things to reset the nature of man and all those other things. And the morals supposedly are enforced realities of others, basically. So that's where we've all been given this so-called reality given to us by Washington, by the Bill of Rights, by the Declaration of Independence, all these different things. And they've all been altered, switched, and turned, and twisted, and whatever else. We've also been given these government agencies, and those have been twisted and turned, and the cops that we're given today, that's been twisted and turned, and all these different things, okay? I don't ever remember Andy and Mayberry doing a SWAT episode, okay? But when the war on drugs, that's the war on its own people, was established, that's when anytime war is established, they take away your rights. That's where this next kind of war, they bring you into martial law and take away all your rights and such, and the dictator comes in to stop the dictator, and different things stack on the top of each other. The body is given the five senses for that light, the sixth sense, to plug into and to enjoy life and to learn about this earth and to work this earth and to move this earth forward and all these other things, okay? So the begotten sons, the seven lights of the candlesticks, the 10 horns of the beast, and all these things, these go together to control the lights inside of us, the chakras and those sorts. But and this keeps us operating in level 1, 2, or 3 world of so-called Buddha, which is hell or the beast and those types of things. And then rapture is the so-called 7th world of Buddha, and that's where they're can be taken into heaven, in a matter of speaking, in this time frame, because the Garden of Eden is being opened and it's been squared up, and now we got the translights going on for the party scene in New Jersey, and that's the Garden State. But either way, not to get off on that rabbit trail, the human being is a lampstand. We are a parasite for this light, and this light is a so-called higher entity, because we are the lowest form of light. We live in the so-called hell, in the bondage of others, and this is where that light that's inside of us running this machine that makes your heart beat, where you can operate in and out of it with the breath. This light is trapped and confined and in bonds here, and it comes and goes. It's freed and bonded, okay? Incarnation, born again, death, born again, death. We never die, okay? You are either of the dead or you're of the living. The ones who are of the dead think you have to see God and you see heaven and hell when you die. But those of the living that Jesus came for said, heaven and hell is right here. It's right in your hand. And you're born into hell, basically. And you got to forsake that which you've been given to rise forward. Because you're only taught one aspect of life growing up in this kind of thing, and then you're taught a whole nother thing in this aspect. I see it in my own personal life because I lived this way until 18 under my parents' care, and then from 18 to 22 or whatever, I was exposed and open to other things, and then 22 to 28, those were another time frame, and then and so on. So the body, the five senses, is here for us, our machine, to download information. Okay, and then once we download the information, our bodies know what to do with it. Now, we're taught different things on how this world works in different ways, but I'm taking it to a simple form. And the baby comes out, the light, it knows what it needs. It gets the heart, the brain, and then the body. All right, and once it's ready, once that egg is cooked and ready or whatever, the mom pushes out that egg. Our bodies are basically like an egg, a living egg. This is a shell, the hell, right? And then the light is growing inside of it, and it's just like a living egg, parasite kind of thing. And then once this light inside of it has grown to the full potential this body can do in this world and those types of things, then it would move on and then be freed for a little bit, and then come back and work in the next age or cycle or whatever kind of thing. So the only way we can learn is to plug in and be that single eye to where I'm going to do this, plug in here, plug in, whatever. But the king has handed you this thing in the right hand, his rules, boundaries, and limitations, and tells you what to plug into. Okay, you got to go to school, you got to go to university, you got to do this, that, and the other. If you don't, you're not going to make any money, and blah, blah, you're not going to be happy. So they're equating that the root of supposedly evil connected to is money, but you're never going to be happy without it. So it's just like, are these people evil? Is that what it's telling us? Well, we're going to find out. Because the Lord giveth, and the Lord shall taketh away. So the world has these lights for us to plug into, the begotten sons given to you for your so-called salvation. They're telling you this saves the body over here, this saves the body over here, but they're telling you a hot dog is better for you than a handful of almonds and all these other things to test the lights and to give you clues and little blinkers and such to turn left here or turn right there and don't go down there. But so as that begotten son, that master programmer and such is coming to reset man and things, we're shown that this image was that created male and female after he them is shown in the Genesis, and we see this image in Revelation lining up. But this is where this image has been given life. This program, the 666 program or whatever, is going to gather up this old age. And that's the 666 is tied to the old heaven as well. But this is where the old heaven and new heaven, they kind of meet in the 666. That's the crossroads, and can't go down there, can't do that, can't have sex, can't blah, blah, blah. The sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All right? And the Christian music, they have all their little sex, drugs, and rock and roll that they're able to perform and such, but it brings them into bondage, and that's the pharmacy and all those things coming in too. The harmacy, and you got all those effects, not the side effects, it's the effects, okay, because it's bound to happen. But we see all these things. We're the parasite. So the parasite is where we have this light, God shining through us, but also this one over here wants to control the light. So this government, the us, God of us and our, is operating his in there and such. He's creating these different types of beasts within the men. This is tied to your different days, the firmament, that's tied to your money or whatever, but this is part of giving your life and those things. But that is going to be changed. And that's kind of like that master program coming in, and he started the age, so now he has to take out the age, and the evolution coming back from a monkey. You're being turned basically into the hairless monkey, or into that literal living robot, where Optimus is just like a sign of what's coming for the actual people, where they're just being like, all right. So, and you see this now because those who've, the RNA, the rib that's been taken out and covered with flesh, there's different levels, but you see the brain is just shutting down. But either way, we just got to understand we're a living robot. We live in this condensed light. We're connected through this quantum field of vibration and waves. And when you understand that this light inside of you is God, that is the key to unlocking the world in ways. And this world is all of ours projection, while we all share this world, and it's your projection, it's my projection, and we come together and manifest these things, and everything in this world begins with a thought. Okay, and that thought is God shining his light through us. We either listen or we don't listen. We either tune in or we don't tune in. We either tune in out there and that shines through us, or we tune in through here and that shines through us. We have a blend, however it all goes. But either way, we're just a lampstand. We're a connection point. And as that pair, a sight is being lined up, all right, the light, that prism, the sun's reflecting in a different way, so it's going to be turned a different way to shine the rainbow. Okay,